Okay. And yeah, I think we're good, right? Recording and everything. Okay. Hello everybody. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to The Silver Lining, the weekly geekly talk show where we talk about whatever geeky topics may be going on, or sometimes we just talk about random stuff, which is probably what we're going to be doing today. I am your host, Uncle Silver, aka Uncle Greg Silver, whatever you want to call me. I am the host, and you are also the host. You, the chat. I love to interact with you guys, and I think that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing a lot more interacting than usual. So hello everybody. We've got Spider, Elements, Ace Trainer, Aqua, Alpha, Mendez, Lizard, whoever I missed because they're not on my chat window right at this very moment. New angle, new desktop setup. Yes, this is so what is this, episode 11? Before the stream yesterday, before I did the gaming stream, 20 minutes before the stream, I said, you know what? I looked at all my stuff and I busted out my tape measure and I said, you know what? Oh my God, I can move this here and I can move that there, and it would look really well. Wouldn't be too invasive to the room because I don't have a lot of room in here. This is my game room / the laundry room. Thank you for the bits. Ooh, Friday the 13th bits. Thank you for the 13 bits. Watch out for guys in hockey masks, unless you're at a hockey game, Siberian Ninja. And you know, Ninja, you warning me about people in masks is a little pot calling the kettle stealthy there. But yeah, this is my game room / the laundry room. If you see over here, I've got the washing machine and stuff like that. Like it's and yes, the washing machine's upstairs on the second floor, which is, if you ever have dreams about something that you want to do when you're rich, like I want to go here, I want to do this, I want my house to have this and that, have your laundry up on the second floor. It's amazing. Oh, I got a shout out. Hey everyone, sorry, but this is a quick hi and bye. I'll be back next stream. Tell you my gaming experience. Can't wait. Okay. No problem, Flipnote. Thanks for stopping in though. Yes, Aqua Sakura. Yeah, this is the room where the washer and dryer is located. When we moved in here, there were a few weird features about this house, but we liked it. And to be completely honest, without getting into too much detail, we were eager to move out of the house that we were in before. So this, can you make the chat window larger? I can usually read it, but not today. I don't think I can really make it any larger. Yeah, I can't really make it too much larger, and I can't make the font larger. Not right now, anyway. Yeah, but the upstairs, this house is only 2 bedrooms because the middle bedroom he turned into the entire bathroom. So our bathroom is gigantic; it's bedroom sized. And then the back room is also still a bedroom, but in the closet space is the washer and dryer. So it was but we don't really have guests or anything. So we had like a bed set up, but it was, nobody stays here. It's the guest room for a house that doesn't really take guests. What do we be? Oh, but I can't make it. Yeah, it's okay. But yeah. So I don't have a lot of space here, so I figured out a way to rearrange everything, and I kind of like it this way, especially with the summer setup. I should probably have the ceiling fan on, but I do not have the ceiling fan on. I really feel like my mic is a little low. There we go. So it's a tiny little slice better than usual. Is it all neoclassical? And I don't even know what. It is older, but not far. It's as far from modern as you get without being old. But yeah, it's got a good backyard and everything. Like any of the boulder fights. Oh, okay. Bayonetta 2. But yeah, it's a nice house and everything. It's just there wasn't a lot of empty space, and then the basement gets water, so it's dangerous to have a setup down there. And we've got tons of stuff. Like I keep watching these videos about photos of your bathroom because that would just be weird. I, I would post one later. It's nothing awkward, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm gonna post a picture of the bathroom while I'm on the toilet. But it's just it's a full bedroom. Like it's a decent sized bedroom, which is different from your typical bathroom, which is usually slightly bigger than a closet for some people. Johnny's light switch said, "Yes, I am going to fix that. It was driving me crazy. I almost fixed it while I was there." I'm late. No, it's okay, Ryan. We started a little bit late. Plus I'm still trying to, I don't know, I feel like the camera is panned a certain way too much. Kind of want to know what it looks like, but it's still asking for again, it's fine asking for pictures of the bathroom. If you want pictures of the bathroom while I'm in it, well, that's going to cost you. But yeah. So, you know, it's I think that's my biggest. Whenever people talk about, I'm never jealous of like the hardcore jealous. Like I will never sit and sulk because somebody has something that I don't. But there are, you know, everybody has those games or those things that when you see somebody else with, you know, you watch those pickup videos or you watch collection videos and you think, oh man, if I wanted anything in my collection, I would want that as my collection. You know, I would want that, or I would want this. The one that I'm always jealous of is whenever people say, this is my game room, I don't have a lot of stuff. And I'm sitting there like, but you have tons and tons of space. I am jealous of the space that you have to put everything or the nothing that you have. Like that's always the thing that I want more than anything. My wallet is dry, let's say that. So yeah, I had trouble with today's trying to pick a topic for today because, oh, thank you. What are your thoughts on KFC? I think KFC is amazing. I like KFC chicken. I think it's awesome. I think their biscuits are great. I think there are better biscuits. I think Red Lobster biscuits are the best, but I think KFC's fine. I would rather have KFC if I had to eat one. If I was stuck with one fast food, I would pick KFC before I would pick any of the other ones. Even like Popeye, I love Popeyes, but I wouldn't eat Popeyes all like that's it. If I had to scale down the one, it wouldn't be Popeyes, and it wouldn't be Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A, but I like bread, and Chick-fil-A doesn't. From what I can tell, Chick-fil-A doesn't sell like rolls or anything, and I like bread. KFC podcast. Yeah, I'm gonna do a food podcast or a food episode one day, and it's just gonna be talking about stuff that I like and talking about how I'm a picky eater, but there's still the stuff that I like, and I am trying to expand that. So that actually might be an interesting topic. I'm not a fan of fried chicken. Ooh, I love fried chicken. I love fried chicken if it's done right, and I love that the skin is on it. But yeah, so for today's topic, I was having trouble. If you follow me on Twitter, it's SilverGreg78. If you follow me on Twitter, you see that I was having an issue. I had to choose between how you feel about geek culture going mainstream. You know, I wanted to talk about, do you like it? Do you prefer that it stay kind of niche? And you know what I mean? Like the acceptance of people. What are your stories about being more, or having the things that you like being more or less accepted, and how you feel about it? But I kind of talked about that before. We may roundabout back to that at some point. So today what I wanted to talk about was gaming memories. I wanted to talk about mine for a little bit, and then I also want to hear from you guys what some of yours are, specific ones. So we'll get into specific topics and stuff as far as what to ask about specifically. Still waiting for NES Punch-Out to go mainstream. No, I'm still waiting for the documentary about how Punch-Out was racist against a whole bunch of groups. Sort of, it's like the problem with Apu, only it's the problem with Punch-Out. So that right there is probably a divisive topic to get into. I'm looking at my window and I do need to fix it a little bit. All right. So the first topic I wanted to get into was, what is your earliest gaming memory? The when you think about the earliest time you can remember gaming, what do you remember? I can tell you, for me, my earliest memory was, we didn't have an Atari 2600. My father's friend did. So it would be his time to watch me, or I don't know, I was driving my mom crazy or something. So he would go over and hang out with his friend, and he would have to take me with him. So, and I wanted to go over there because he had the Atari. And I think my earliest memory was sitting in this basement in like, the guy he had like a setup basement, like a refrigerator and stuff like that. But it was his house, but it was his stuff all set up that way. And I remember playing games like Surround and Berserk on the Atari 2600. I remember there being some funny smoke in the air. I'm bad at winking. But yeah, I probably have to say that those are my earliest gaming memory. That's my earliest singular memory. I'm pretty sure that, because I don't remember ever having an Atari brand new, but we did have one. I'm pretty sure my father, in one way or another, bought that one from him. I'd have to say that's my earliest memory. The problem with a poo is so stupid. Zelda 1. Zelda 1 was your earliest memory, or do you know for a fact that was your first game? Because I think for a lot of us, our earliest gaming memories are not the first games that we owned. You know, most of the time you experienced it through, depending on how old you were, your friends had a game and you got to play it for the first time, or your parents bought one or something like that. You know, in my earliest gaming memory for the Atari was at a time when video games were expensive, so they were actually marketed towards adults. So it makes sense that it was my father's adult friend that had it. Mine is the first time I played a Zelda game, and it was the Japanese version of Ocarina of Time. Ooh, that's an early memory, or a later memory. For an old guy like me, that's a later memory. My earliest gaming memory was playing Soul Calibur 2 with my brother with a wheel. Wait, with the Ace with like a driving wheel? Earliest, probably playing Super Mario All-Stars with my dad on a shitty small TV when I was about 3 or so. Oh God, yeah. See, I love it. You can tell some of the older raised gamers because they played it with their parents. And then later on, you know what I mean? Later on in video games, when their first system was a PlayStation, they played it with their friends. Atari 420. Yeah. Our earliest gaming memories are either Jump Ahead 2000 Toddlers game. I guess that kind of counts, yeah. Or the Tonka Town Fire game for the PC. Yeah. I would say that counts. I think that counts. See, it counts, but I wouldn't count people who say, oh, my earliest game was like the Paint program in our school computer. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't count. Earliest talk, if we're talking consoles, it have to be something from the PS1, Parappa, or Gran Turismo. Probably the demo discs. Discs. My earliest was playing Super Mario Land 2 on the first day, getting it and going through the first level with it. I love that. I think that's what it is. I think that feeling of this is amazing. This is a brand new kind of, and I think that's what it is when you first play video games. It's a brand new kind of experience. You know, there's a difference between you play with an action figure and then you get a new action figure, or you play with an action figure and then you get a coloring book. You know what I mean? It's a whole different kind of experience, which actually gets into one of the topics I have later. It's hard to say. I remember guys like us grew up with arcades and stuff. Yeah, see, I did it. I had arcades, but my first video games were at home. And then when I got old enough to be, that was out with my father. When I got old enough for my sisters to go somewhere and take me with them. That's when I first experienced arcade games, which I'm pretty sure my earliest arcade memory is Zaxxon. Zelda 1 was either my first was my first game, or Mario. Okay. I just remember playing Zelda more. What's the topic we went with? CT. Earliest. Right now we're talking about earliest gaming memories. But it's gonna be gaming memories in general is the topic for today. Yes, a driving wheel. Soul Calibur with a driving wheel. I don't know. I gotta see that. My earliest memory was playing Mario 3 with our roommate in the early. See, as you get later on, it was with friends and not parents or anything like that. Hey, Sean. Sean, we're discussing gaming memories. Slightly later will be Rayman 2. When we go, okay, I'm gonna jump ahead here. I'm gonna try and read them all. We had so much of a hard time getting the first jump down. We couldn't get past it for you. Elements, play a game called Jumping Flash, and you will hate jumping mechanics. You will hate bad jumping mechanics, I should say. My earliest memory is playing Mario Duck Hunt. Yeah, I caught on how to run faster. Yeah, it's Siberian Ninja. When you caught on how to run, it changed your whole world. That there were different ways to do this. My stream just before buffering for 4 seconds. Parents could grasp the NES, Super NES. Yeah, anything beyond that, and they got once they had to use shoulder. I think once they threw shoulder buttons in, they started to get a little bit lost. She did get her first star in Mario 64 though. Wonderful. All right, hold on. I'm like super behind here. I gotta jump. Hold on. Where were the bits? Bits came in somewhere. Did I skip the bits? Someone had donated bits, and I don't know who it was. It usually comes up in my. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. Earliest memory is Duck Hunt on the NES when I was 3. I was messed because I love the laughing dog. Oh, you were that kid. Oh, God, you were that kid. Like, I'm going to keep missing because the dog makes me laugh. And I'm sitting there like, shoot the birds. My parents are decent gamers, actually. Both have beaten Mario 1 and played tons of arcade games. Oh, yeah. And you know what? I bet they love old arcade games and don't like new ones. My mom still kicks ass at Miss Pac-Man. Let me ask you, Ryan, which of your parents likes pinball? Because whenever that's the situation with parents, when they're gamer parents, there's always one that likes pinball and one that just doesn't. Well, it was an edutainment game. Yeah, elements that counts. Edutainment games count. You know, if you told me your first game was was Donkey Kong Jr. Math, it would still count. Just to beat you in Pac-Man. CT. Hold on a second here. I remember beating pinball at local arcade. Local bars for high score of the month. Yeah, my one of our local bars had a Killer Instinct machine, and no one could figure it out. There were probably 4 of us that could figure it out. So I had to go when there were people there that I knew because it was a bar, and then I could go in the middle of the day and play Killer Instinct and just leave all the high scores with my name on it. Do you remember the game? Hey, real Chris. Yeah, for right now, it's early. It's going to be gaming memories. But I wanted to, for right now, we're going to do the earliest memory. That was 7 years. No, I remember the game. I remember the Market Crash, Shadow M Wape. I never really know exactly how to say it. I remember the crash. I remember nobody talking about video games anymore, and I remember them showing up really dirt cheap at places. Again, I was 5 years old when it happened, but I do remember, like, all of a sudden I could for a couple dollars I was allowed to get a game, and it was just like, I don't know where this is all coming from. And then NES, by the time I was really aware that something was going on, the NES came, and the NES blew everybody out of the water and brought video games back. So there wasn't a whole lot of space it probably wasn't until my teens that I really started to realize, hey, remember a few years ago when like Atari stuff was everywhere and people who couldn't give it away, and I was finding it in the trash? Hey, Minion Man. Thank you for catching it live then. My most vivid early fond memories I managed to beat the final boss in Sonic 2. Oh well, Spider, we'll get into that because that's another question that I wanted to ask. My uncle is the pinball guy. Yeah, there we go. I guess my earliest gaming memory was playing Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Lion King on the Genesis. However, I didn't have friends to play it with. Don't worry, I didn't really have a lot of friends to play video games with either, and which is probably why I got into RPGs so much. I was a nerdy kid at school that got picked on, but oh, thank you for the host, Black Cat. I was a nerdy kid at school that got picked on, but the other kids wanted to hang out with me because I was good at video games, and we would talk. As long as we were talking about video games, I was fine. First Mario game was the first Super Mario on the NES. Played it on the Wii VC. Really? I don't remember the Crash because 1, I wasn't born, and 2, it was only America had the Crash. I don't know why. I don't know if video games just weren't as popular everywhere else at the time, so there was no decline to be noticed, or if video games were fine through the Crash. Nintendo's really my favorite company. They got us out of the Crash. Oh, thank you, Sean. Thank you for the 4. I love it. I love when people hurl pennies at me. I dig it. If everybody I encountered threw a penny at me, I mean, I'd probably be super sore, but I'd probably be kind of rich. I think I was too young to befriend people at the time, or I don't know. Well, some people make friends easier than others. It's funny because I'm very introverted now, but I used to be the kid that I would go somewhere and it was easy to just, hey, let's play together. Make it hail. No, it's like when you have bullets in a clip and you go like this and you click them all out. It's a roll of pennies and you're just like, yeah, make it hail. 30 salty pretzels. Thank you for the host, Elements, and thank you, CT, for the 30 salty pretzels. I think I only ever played an Atari 2600 once in my life. And yeah, I like Atari. I think Atari is great. I think Atari is a great example of it was a great translation of arcade games, where old arcade games like that, they didn't have beginnings and ends. You just kind of played until you got the high score, and that's kind of what Atari was supposed to be. All right, I want to switch topics here. I want to switch topics to, instead of your earliest gaming memory, what is the memory? What was the moment that you had that? Because I have two questions here, and they're kind of related to each other. In the UK and most of Europe, the Master System was the reigning console. Yeah, it's not saying much. Yeah, it was either Commodore 64. I wanted to ask a question about the first time you were blown away by a video game. The first time that you, and this is going to be kind of the question, but I want to get this all out. The question was going to be the first time that a video game blew you away. Spider, that's exactly it. But I think it's related. I was going to ask that, and then I was going to ask the moment that you remember playing a game where you said, that's it, I'm a gamer. This is what I want to do. I want to do it all the time. I want to do it like this. But I have a feeling they're going to be kind of the same thing. So yeah, I guess that would be the first time that you played a game and there was a moment that blew you away. Not necessarily solidified you into gaming, but the first time that you went, oh my, when you play with action figures, and again, this is me as a very, very young kid. You play with action figures, and they were these little stiff figures. I don't have any here. There was little stiff figures, and you went around and you beat each other. Maybe their arms moved and stuff like that. And the first time you played with a Transformer, and you went, oh my God, this figure turns into something else. Holy smoke. Like, that would be the first time that you were blown away. What's the first memory that you have that you said, this is amazing? Hold on, let me see here. There really isn't one. Like all hobbies, it just sort of yeah. So that's okay. So then yeah. So then I would say that the better question would be the moment that the first time you were blown away by something a video game did. Whether you got to the end of a story and said, "Holy crap, that story was amazing," or the first twist in a story, the first time you saw certain graphics. You know what I mean? What is the moment that you said, "Oh my god"? Let's see here. I think I had that moment with Sonic Colors, Paper Mario and 1,000-Year Door. Yeah, that's a good game to have it with. Smash is kind of cheating. Smash isn't cheating. If the first time, listen, I think a lot of people's first time they got hooked on fighting games, I think that a lot of them are going to tell you that the first time they put a quarter in it and played Street Fighter 2, it was the first time they said, "Holy crap, this is unbelievable." Let's see here. First time a video game blew me away was Pokemon Gen 3 Emerald, when I got to Groudon and Kyogre. I always don't know how to Kyogre. I always don't know how to pronounce that. Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest games are ones that really blew me away. Yeah, loving it. But I guess my loving it is gradual. But there was always that one moment, the first moment the first time you had a moment where you said, "Holy smokes." My closest was Mario 64 booted up for the first time and Mario's 3D face and said, "Hello." I bet Ryan, I bet that was true for a lot of people. The first one was Pokemon Sapphire, when I beat the Elite Four without any Ubers, because I never knew they existed. The Dino? Derposaurus, you mean? That's one of my co-hosts. That's my second co-host. You all are my first co-host. Mine will be Sonic 2, completing the first boss after so many attempts, having to go through the game again and again. Yeah, and that's a good one, Spider. I think that the first time somebody beats a game is a lot of the time their first wow moment. Watching the opening cutscene with my dad, Final Fantasy VIII. Hard to pinpoint, but I have to go back to them. Getting Spyro 3 for my brother's birthday. Bugs and Taz. The first time a video game blew me away was Wario Blast, when I got to the first boss. 3 Warios appeared on the screen, fused together to make a teacup pig boss. I was so amazed and got my ass kicked. When I beat the game, it just kept getting better. Yeah, here we go. I love... All I could think of was when I got Hypersonic for the first time. Yeah, and Tiberian Ninja. Yeah, that's a legit moment. The first time that it happens, and you probably thought, "Holy crap, this is amazing." I don't think I had that moment to recall. All I know is that since I was a child, I play video games, and I have been ever since. Probably not until I was middle school. I became aware of the term gamer. Yeah, I don't know when the term gamer really went into effect. Kind of dated now. Rayman 2 story, Sonic 2. I've seen a couple of Sonic 2s here. The colorful graphics and the art, the fast-paced platforming. I think a moment for me would be the original Star Fox in '96. Yeah, that's got to be one. Star Fox has to be one that you thought, "Oh, look at this. This is unlike anything that I've seen." As far as my love of games, yeah, see, that's the thing, like the whole love of games, when you realize you're going to be a lover. Hey, Artwing. Yeah, speaking of Star Fox, other honorable mentions. Yeah, okay, I'm way too far up, too far down here. For me, I'm gonna have to say that it was Zelda: Link to the Past, when I stepped out of the house and it was raining, and I heard the rain and I could see it, and then there was the thunder and the lightning and everything. I just remember that being the earliest moment that I looked at a video game and thought, "Wow." And you know what? I think it's probably cliche, but I think that's one of the reasons I love the Super Nintendo so much, because the Super Nintendo had tons of moments like that. Final Fantasy VI, when you play through the story and then you're walking through the snow to get to, what was it, Narshe was the town, and it's like a movie and the credits are rolling and the music is epic as all hell. Oh my god. Only people growing up who have video games. I guess that was one of the only. Oh, okay. They mainly play FIFA. Yep. Yeah, Spider, that environmental immersion, that time that you got sucked in and I wanted to play it when it was raining outside. Like, it would rain outside and I'd put it on because I wanted to feel like this is happening not far from me. You know, because it's raining there and it's raining outside too. Most recent was Zelda Breath of the Wild, where I was solving a shrine that had a path of electricity. Oh, yeah. I know one of the shrines that you're talking about that had that. Remember the thing just posted in Discord. Wait, hold on. The Smash Bros. The official site for Smash Dojo. No, I don't remember. I didn't follow Smash very much. I didn't follow Smash until it hit Wii U. Someone popped in Mario 64, and instead of Mario coming, yeah, it was me. The PC version is better. Oh wait, I don't know, where was that from? Rayman 2 and the PS2. Donkey Kong Country, it's amazing graphics. Hey, Lady Foxheart, just woke up. What's happening? Lady Foxheart, what is the first time you missed? What is the first time you played a video game and were blown away by something that happened? That's the current topic. That Zelda memory. Like, I played Zelda before I played Super Metroid, so Super Metroid had tons of moments where I just thought, "Whoa, this is unbelievable." But I played Zelda first, and yeah, I played Zelda 1, I played Zelda 2, I played Final Fantasy 1. I did all of those, and all of those were amazing. But there was never a moment where I was blown away like there was when I stepped out of the house and Link to the Past. Godzilla NES and Monster Party. Well, wait, there was Monster Party and then there's Monster in My Pocket. Oh no, you in closet. Okay. Monster Party scared me. Metal Gear Solid 3, The Boss's Betrayal. The moment I had to pull the trigger at the end. See, those are the kind of moments where I was freaking out a few years ago when I finally played, because I haven't played Tomb Raider in a long time. And the reboot for Tomb Raider was unbelievable. If you've never played the reboot for Tomb Raider, what was it, 2015, maybe even, I think it was earlier than that. It was unbelievable. It was incredible. And, I think it was like 2012 actually. And I finally played it, and it was unbelievable. If you've never played it, one of Lara Croft's signature things, if you played 2013, if you played Tomb Raider since the beginning, one of her signature things was the two guns. You don't have that in the game. It doesn't work that way. It's a whole different thing. That's why you got like the bow and all of that stuff. When you get to the end of the game, I won't spoil it because it's a cheap game. So if you haven't played it yet, I definitely recommend going out and picking it up. It's probably $5 or $10. I was freaking out at the end of the game. I was so excited to be doing what I was doing. The Tomb Raider reboot is amazing. Brawl hype was godly. Oh, that's right. They did have some sort of crazy amount of hype over that game. And then it turned out to be like average, right? What did he, you missed a hell of a time before Brawl then. The most hype. You know what it was, Ryan? I didn't have anybody to play Smash Brothers with, so it was not hype for me. You know, I played Wii U Smash because I had online and I could play with people, but I didn't have anybody to play Smash Brothers with, so I never really imagine Smash Brothers. Take away the multiplayer for Smash Brothers, and imagine trying to get as hyped for it as you did. Like, I don't know, it just there doesn't seem like a whole lot to the game without it. Early blow me away memories of beating Sonic 3 by myself or watching my cousins play Final Fantasy 7 and seeing Aerith die. Oh, Aerith, spoilers. More recently, blown away memories the second half of Brawl hype and the Smash 4 hype. Yeah, Smash 4 hype character reveals, absolutely. Even I was hyped for that. Let's see here. Cloud and Bayonetta and Smash 4 blew me away. Smash Dojo was cool. Brawl had online. Yeah, sure it did, Shadow. Yeah, I have heard horrible things about that. I saw Smash was a dumb concept before I really knew what fight. See, I was into fighting games. I was the kid that liked that fighting games I learned about from Street Fighter 2. I had more fun with Sonic Fighters than Melee. We won't even start that fight here. The story of Majora's Mask is another time I was seeing a Nintendo game with a dark story. Brawl had online. Well, he's not wrong. Yeah, the same way as Brawl had. My understanding is that Brawl had online the same way that a decapitated person isn't immediately dead. Yeah, technically they're alive, but really? Planet GameCube online at the time. Okay. Yeah, I remember GameCube. I've talked about this before. GameCube went around the summer before it was released, and they did these setups all in these cities around, like they toured the country basically, and they would rent out a big space, and then it was almost like a nightclub, but it was screens with GameCubes all over the place, and then they were demoing all of their games, and it was amazing. It was here for 3 days, and I went twice. And I remember it was on South Street, which is in Philadelphia, which is sort of a commercial area. I remember going to the bar and having a few more than I should have, and then going and being hammered playing Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2, Pikmin. I like playing Pikmin because nobody wanted to play Pikmin, and a couple other games. My first Smash hype. For Melee. Opening part of Golden Sun. That's a good one. Yeah, not a lot of people remember Golden Sun. Does Ice Climbers need a reboot? Yes, Ice Climbers needs a reboot. Every Smash game is better than the last. Changed my mind. Well, let's see. You have regular Smash, and then you had Melee, which was arguably the worst one. Yeah, I don't know. You might actually be right on there. Smash Switch is about to blow other Smash Switch, I think, is going to be great, but in all honesty, they really could have just ported over the one from the Wii U, and I think everybody would have been fine. To be able to play it portable with with 50-something characters right from the start, I think everybody would have been fine. Especially since I never had all the characters. I didn't get Ryu. I think I just didn't get Ryu. Custom Worms matches, they were a lot of fun. You needed to get I do need Inklings. I was ecstatic to get I was happy that my first real Smash experience was going to have Villager in it. I'm gonna get Golden Sun a try. Golden Sun's decent. There's 1 and 2 on Game Boy Advance, and then there was Dark Dawn on the DS. I think I still think Smash Switch will be a port. I know that some people are leaning towards a new game. I still say it's going to be a port. I still don't feel like there's enough evidence for it not to be a port, and I want it to be a port, so I'm clinging to that. So I knew who they were. And we need an Ice Climber revival. Yeah, I think we do need an Ice Climber revival. I think that a decent platforming jumping game could be made out of Ice Climbers. I know I played the heck out of the one on Nintendo, and that was a pretty bare bones game. Well, no, it had some effort to it. I can't say that. Ted says it's a port So it's a new game. It hasn't been the usual time gap between games. Yeah, I still think that there's strong evidence. I think with the franchise, I think first of all, I think there's evidence in other games. I think that we have evidence of that in the fact that they didn't make a new Mario Kart. You know, and Mario Kart was super popular. They didn't make a new one of those. They're not making new Hyrule Warriors. They're still porting stuff. Like, I think there's more evidence to me to support the idea that it's a port as opposed to an all new game. What to think of Smash Switch? I just can't wait for Nintendo. Yeah, I have a feeling. In all honesty, I have a feeling that as far as E3 is concerned, Nintendo's going to win E3 on hype alone. I am excited that for once we're not going to see God of War at Sony's E3 presentation. Will be known as Smash 5, but I would take a Smash. I would take calling it Smash 4.5. I have no problem calling it Smash Definitive Edition. That to me is perfect because, you know, if you have there isn't any evidence to support, though. Sakurai said it's getting its own title on a new project. I don't know. I still think that I don't think that there's enough evidence one way or another. Just like the E3s of before. But yeah, I think that there's evidence that it could be a port, just like there's evidence that it won't be a port. I think that they'd be fine with it as a port. Smash, but yeah, Smash Definitive Edition. Because you think about it, if you were to go out right now and buy the Wii U game, even if you did buy all of the DLC and stuff, you have to pay for it. If you don't buy the DLC, you're getting what is comparably a weak version of the game, you know, with so few characters. And once again, and I say this all the time, and it drives me crazy, but it's true. When those servers shut down and you go and you buy the old Smash game, the old Smash 4, you don't have those characters anymore. All those characters will be lost unless they do a definitive edition and bring them all out on a Switch. Microsoft seems to not win E3. I think it's a new game. I'm trying to go back here. Sony can still bring the goods, but E3 is always between Nintendo. Pretty much, yeah. I think Microsoft is like, come on, guys, it's worth buying. Like, Microsoft should just start their E3 presentation by saying, "All right, guys, you've seen the best. Now see the rest." I think it's a new game. If it's just a port, then there's no need for me to get a Switch. See, Lady Foxheart, there is a need, because when they shut down the servers for the Wii U, you're not going to be able to play it online. You're going to want to be able to play it with other people. Being portable will be much better to go when you go to conventions and stuff like that. They're going to add new stuff. I mean, even if it's a port, right off the bat, you're getting a brand new character with Inkling. So there'll still be a reason to buy it. And the new Smash only a couple years after 4 came out. What happened to God of War 4? It's coming. God of War 4 is coming. That's the thing, Eric. We're gonna do a deluxe. It would come out. It would have come out. No, see, I don't know, Ryan, because I wonder if Nintendo's not stupid. You know, if they bring out all their AAA high-end stuff, if they bring out all their system sellers in the first year, they'll shoot themselves in the foot. You know, you space these things out. If you've got a Pokemon, you bring Smash out this year, you bring Pokemon out next year, and unfortunately, it's a long wait, but you bring Metroid out in 2020, you've got 3 system sellers right there, one every year. Not including the stuff that comes out in between. I think it's a smart move. If it were my company, I would have done the same exact thing. I would have spent last year building a low base. I would have brought exactly what they did. Either Mario or Zelda to start with the system, and then right before the holiday season, the other one. You know what I mean? If you started with Mario, you do Zelda or whatever. A high-profile system seller game this year, another one next year, another one the year after that. you ensure that the first 3-4 years of your system's life has high-end games that already have a strong fan base. Oh, I never played it online. All right, I'm jumping ahead. Oh, that's not bad. Plus, I never played Splatoon, so I don't care. Lady Foxheart, never played Splatoon. Don't care for the Inklings. Come on, you wound me, madam. Yeah, the more was implied. Every time I hear people say enhanced port. Oh, no problem, Sean. Have a good one. You don't stagger that hard, though, especially for a port job game. That's not how it works. I'll admit that they are staggering a little bit hard. I tell you what, though, I did watch a video. Wood? Well, I think it might have been Wood from Beat 'em Ups who was talking about no virtual console. And yeah, it was Wood from Beat 'em Ups, and he did a talk with Arlo. He did a bit with Arlo. And they did a bit about the fact that there's no virtual console. And he was talking about how if a virtual console is that wanted, people would flock to it, and there's a potential for a chunk of people to ignore things like the indie scene and stuff. So the not having the virtual console gives a chance to some of these other games. I don't know how true that is, but I do think it is true. I do think that there are a lot of people that with a realistically affordable virtual console, $8 for Super Nintendo games should not be happening in 2018. But I do like that idea. So I do like the idea of, even though it seems like a big stagger, you stagger your system sellers, and you give the games in between some time, and you give the consumers some time. Because how many times, and we've seen it all the time between all the companies. Oh my God, there's all these big games and I don't have money for any of them. I like it. I think that's okay. I would love to have a good Mario Party. I would love to have a Mario Party with some online so I can play it too. I want Greg's shirt. My shirt says Gamer for Life. Let me see here. Hold on. Yeah, it actually says Gamer for Life. Hold on. I'm trying not to lift it so you can't. There we go. With the Blade Runner font. The Switch already has a strong I don't think so. I think you're right, Ryan. I think that the Switch does have a strong install base, but I think it's because it had hardcore games right at the top. I talk to people at my job, and I still have people that come in and say, I bought a Switch and I still only have 2 games for it. And they're Zelda and Mario. And I always tell them, look at the indie scene. Look at some of the other games. I know that it's Nintendo, so you think that the only good games are Mario and Zelda, but there are other good games out there. You have to give them a chance. And if the system had a virtual console, the chances of those people looking at other games would be way slimmer. I'd like to see a widescreen N64 emulation. I wouldn't mind seeing something like that. That seems to be a fair theory. Consumers don't. Oh my God, Brian! Consumers need time. Consumers like me need time. I know that I'm sitting here in the lap of luxury with my washer and dryer in a bedroom, but we need time, especially when you consider that it's not just Nintendo. There's most video gamers have at least one other system. We absolutely need time. I don't have the money. I don't have the money for 3 AAA titles to come out in 1 month and go out and buy them all at once. I don't have the money to do that. That wasn't the point I was making. If it was a Smash port, wouldn't inherently. I think it would. You know what, Ryan? Normally I wouldn't, because normally I wouldn't think that it would sell, that a Smash port would sell that well. The problem is that the Wii U didn't sell that much. So there are millions of people who want to play Smash and didn't get a Wii U, did not want to buy a Wii U just for one game. So I think those people would be the first ones to go and get pick up a Switch and get the game. What would they add to a 5th game? Yeah, I feel like the 4th game was so perfectly balanced. Smash would still boost sales. Damn it. Stop scrolling. Because you buy all the. Oh no! I don't buy all the. I can't afford to buy all the games. The last brand new game in the package that I bought was Mario Odyssey. The last brand new game that I bought in the package was Mario Odyssey when it came out in October. And I'm going to buy Wild Arms next week because I've wanted that game I was going to buy that game on the PS4 just to have it. I don't own a PS4 or an Xbox One. I just don't have the money to spend like that. I don't buy every game. The last games that I spent money on were Celeste, which was what, $10-20? I'm sorry, Dragon Quest Builders. I bought Dragon Quest Builders. Dragon Quest Builders was the last new game that I bought. I don't have the money to buy games like that. So if you start telling me, you know what, when these other games come out and it's like, oh, well, Smash is coming out. The Octoling DLC is coming out. They're saying it's July 13th, which I've had a whole Mandela effect thing with that. Looked at it like a bleeding realities bleeding into each other, because I could have sworn we knew that it was already July 13th, because I remember being pissed off that July 13th was going to be the day that the Octoling expansion comes out, and it's the day that Project Octopath Traveler was supposed to come out, and it's the day that the Pearl and Marina amiibo are coming out. I literally have to pick two of those things. I can't pick a third one. I can't. I don't have the money to get all three of those things. I have a big birthday coming up. I have to ask for some of that for my birthday. Did you buy Dragon? Yeah, I have Dragon Quest Builders physical. I prefer physical games. But you like to play a lot of things. Yeah, most people don't. I don't know. I most of the people I interact with like to spread it out a little bit. Like, I don't know anybody that's just sports games or just this and just that. And it's probably just me. It's just most of the people I interact with do play a variety of games. How are you doing? Hey, Straight De Niro. The Dreamcast sold roughly 9.3. The Wii U sold 13.5. And that's 13.5 worldwide, right? Experiment? Is that worldwide? You know, I think the Switch has already outpaced that. So you've even if you assume that every single person who bought a Wii U bought Smash, even if you assume that, you already have more people that have the Switch. So now you already have more people that most likely didn't play a whole lot of Smash 4. I think maybe it's just your experience. My experience, a lot of people. Oh, okay, yeah. No, yeah, I get that. I interact with people who they have the ones that they really like, but most of the people I talk to, they play a few. And here's the thing, Ryan, they play a few different kinds of games, or they play the same kind of game over multiple systems. So, you know, I may know somebody who only plays RPGs, really, who mostly only plays RPGs, but he plays RPGs on Nintendo Switch. He played them on the Wii U. He plays them on PS3 and PS4. He plays them on Xbox, and he plays them on PC. Even though it's just RPGs, that right there is 5 systems worth of RPGs that he will now try and buy. Hey, Buckeye Cortex. The next gaming system I'm going to buy is the Switch. A port implies not many changes. Yeah, the Switch currently sits at 14.86. So yeah, you've got 1 million people experiment. You've got 1 million people right there that, even if you were to assume every single person who bought the Wii U bought Smash, you've got 1 million people already who would have technically never really played it. Stay hydrated, bot. Yes, stay hydrated, bot. I am maintaining my water. Oh, not Wild Arms. I'm sorry if I did say Wild Arms. Wild Guns. How many PS1 games are too much to get on a PS1 Classic? I like the 20 number. I like the number between 20 and 30. I think that's pretty good. I know people who got a Switch just to play Stardew Valley. You're right, Siberian. You know what it is? The Switch is unique because the Switch has the portability. So yes, you could have gotten somebody that bought it for Stardew Valley and could have bought Stardew Valley on something else. But I'm willing to bet you they bought it on the Switch because they can also take it with them. And that portability is amazing. That portability is changing how we look at video games how we look at AAA video games. I need to take this time to appreciate the fact that there's a Stay Hydrated bot on Twitch. Alpha, I'm appreciative of the fact that the stream is so large that Hydrated bots started showing up a couple weeks ago. Wild Arms is a Sony game. Yeah, no. Yeah, yeah, no. It's definitely it's Wild Guns. Wild Guns Reloaded, which I'm going to pick up on Tuesday, and we are going to play here on Tuesday. You know what? Give me a minute. Give me a couple minutes. We're going to take a little bit of a break here, and then when we come back, we will probably pick this up. The second half is normally when we take viewer topics and stuff, but this is kind of fun, so we'll probably just keep doing this. Okay, so give me a few minutes, and we will be right back.